guys, it is October 29th. Today is opening day of firearms season. I'm out here with my wife Melissa, and we're going to try to go get her first deer this morning. She's been hunting for a few years, but she's taken a couple shots at deer but hasn't been able to get one yet. So she's got my 30-06, and I got that thing dialed right in for her. So we're going to head down into this property that I hunt quite a bit. I've seen a lot of does down here. She's got a doe tag and a buck tag, so we're going to get down into this clearing where I see deer a lot of times and just sit for a while. And if we don't see anything after an hour or so, we're probably going to get up and take a walk around. And if we don't see anything in this property, we'll probably go somewhere else. But we're going to get down here and get set up. We're running a little bit late. It's kind of getting light already, so we'll see what happens. Alright, we just got set up. We're kind of sitting at the top of this log landing. Breeze, there's not really much wind at all this morning. The air's just kind of moving, but it's hitting us right in the face. And I usually hunt further down in here when I'm bow hunting. But almost every time I walk down into this piece, I always see deer in this little log landing. So should be a perfect spot for a doe to walk out in front of Melissa. It's just after 8 o'clock. We've been sitting here for about an hour. We've heard 3 or 4 gunshots off in the distance, but we haven't seen anything yet. I thought I heard something walking on the other side of this clearing out in the woods, and I heard a squirrel freaking out over there, but we haven't seen anything come out, so we're kind of sitting next to this little brook run behind us. We're going to walk down. I have a camera down next to this crossing on the brook, and there's a big hemlock grove right there. You can see out through it pretty good. We're just going to walk down and take a peek at that, and if we don't see anything, we're going to kind of come back up this way and follow a couple of these logging roads out through this property and kind of swing back up to the field that we walked down in. And if we don't see anything, we'll probably get out of here and try something else. Alright, well, we made it to the back side of the property and kind of followed this brook up along the back property line. We're going to kind of loop back up through where they cut all this stuff. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but it's just a bunch of old cutting around us. It's all grown up with raspberry bushes and stuff, so we're kind of trying to stick to the little patches of wood so we don't have to walk through all that crap and be right out in the wide open. But we're going to kind of make our way back up through this piece, back towards the truck. We haven't even jumped the deer yet, so which is kind of surprising. But if we don't see anything, we're going to get out of here and head to a different spot. Well, that was pretty uneventful. We just did a big loop down around pretty much most of this property and didn't even jump a single deer. Did find a lot of sign and a huge buck bed, but I guess we're going to get out of here and go try a different spot. Alright, it's about 3:30. We left that spot we were at this morning. We sat for about an hour, and then we took a big long walk around the property. Didn't even jump a deer. So we went for a drive and went to go hit some other spots, and every spot we went to, there was like 3 or 4 trucks already parked there. So We went back to the house, had some lunch, took a little nap, and like I said, now it's 3:30. We decided to get down in this spot. We're kind of up on a ridge right here, and then it kind of benches off out in front of us. And probably about 200 yards down the hill, there's a swamp. But the deer like to travel this hillside, especially right along this bench down below us. So we're going to sit here till dark, and hopefully something comes by. There's a deer coming right up the trail. Get ready. Wait until I say when. Wait. Oh, she's going up that way. Well, that sucks. I just hit the grunt call a couple times, and I could hear a deer coming up the hill. And then all of a sudden I couldn't hear it anymore for a couple minutes. And then I heard something just down the ridge walking up the hill, and just as I was about to see something, Melissa, I looked over and saw movement. Got a spike horn that's been hanging out in this area. I've got him on camera. He's got about 8-inch spikes on him. He got right up here parallel with us. I think he winded us and turned around and jumped down over the hill. I hit the grunt call again. And then we just had a doe come right down in front of us, and she must have winded us too. And she ended up going up onto the ridge right in front of us, probably about 80 yards away, and right down over the other side of it. They don't know. They didn't see us or anything, but I think they definitely smelled us. That sucks. That would have been perfect for you. There she is, Sarah. That doe, she's gonna come down right in front of us. You could probably shoot it right here, but wait. Not if you can see. Yeah, well, she's behind all that crap right now. Yeah, stand up. Her head's behind a tree. Shoot her if you can. Get over here. Shoot her in the shoulder. She's looking right at you. Safety off. Shoot her. Shoot her. Shoot her, Melissa. Jack another round in. Oh my God. Shoot her. Whole pile of them right there. Did you get her? Well, we had that spike horn come in, run down the hill, then 30 seconds later, yeah, they're still probably right there. We're going to have to walk down there and look for blood anyway, so. Had that spike horn run off down the hill. They're still blowing. We just had probably 3 or 4 does down in front of us. Melissa just took a shot at a smaller one, but I'm not sure if she hit it or not. She actually pulled the trigger. I don't know if she had a dud round or what. But all I heard was click, and she jacked her shell out and put another round in. Got a shot. This big doe standing over there blowing at us. But we're going to have to go down and see if she hit this thing. Well, those deer just took off, and we can still hear one thrashing around down here, so I think Melissa definitely hit that deer. I think she might have to put another round in it, though. Get down here. Smell deer. I don't see any blood anywhere. Let's get over on the ridge and see if we can see it. Nice work, hon.
Yes!
Shot your first deer. Nice. Where'd you hit her?
Oh my God.
Yeah, looks like you kind of got her in the guts a little bit.
Oh my God.
First deer ever.
I'm shaking right now. Sorry, I'm shaking.
I heard her kicking around down here. I figured she was probably dead. That's awesome. How's the adrenaline going?
Oh my God. Here, take a picture with my phone.
I will. Hold it up for the camera.
Oh, she stinks.
Yeah, it's
Because of the guts.
probably. I thought I smelled kind of guts when we got down to where she hit her.
I can't believe I got her.
Nice little doe, probably 80 pounds, maybe. Be good eating.
I don't care. It's going to
Yep.
be good eating.
He almost had a spike horn. We had that spike come in, and then that other doe, and then we just had a whole group of doe come down over the hill. Those deer came from pretty much over this way somewhere. I don't know if they came straight across the bottom here, but we were sitting up there, up on the ridge, looking down this kind of an old skid road that goes right through here. I figured the deer would probably be following that, and I grunted that spike horn in, and I could hear him coming like pretty quick at first, and then once he kind of got close to us and he knew that grunt came from that area right there, he kind of slowed down and started going more cautiously, and by the time I looked down the ridge and saw him, I think he caught our wind, because it's not really windy, but the air's just kind of drifting this way, that way, every which way. But that is awesome. Doe tag filled. You still got a buck tag to fill too, you know, so. What do you think?
I'm so happy. How many years have we been trying?
Well, that's probably only the third deer you've ever actually shot at, right?
Yeah.
I think you nicked one with buckshot first year. And then I think you probably missed 1 or 2 other ones, but. Alright, successful opening day of firearm season. Went this morning and didn't see a deer. I was pretty surprised by that, because when I usually hunt that piece that we were in this morning, I almost always see deer, even just going to check my cameras down there. But we came out here. I figured up on that hillside would be a good spot to sit, and I know the deer like to travel along this bottom right here on this bench. That bank kind of comes down, and you got probably a 50-yard flat. And it goes right down into this valley with this brook run. And there's a swamp down at the head of the brook. It kind of turns and goes down into the swamp. But saw what? Well, including all the other does that with her, we saw like 7 deer in the last 2 hours. So that spike horn and that other doe. And Melissa actually heard those deer coming, and I thought maybe that doe that we had seen earlier come up over this ridge and ran down over and off down further into the valley. And I thought maybe she had come back up and was trying to like circle back up onto the hill. And actually, as Melissa was shooting at this deer, aiming at it, I could hear a squirrel behind us walking around, and I'm sitting there thinking that spike horn's walking right up behind us while she's trying to shoot this deer. But once she shot and I turned around and looked, it was a red squirrel. So I'm going to get this thing cleaned up, and we're going to get out of here, and then we're going to go see my buddy Don's band play at the bar and have a good night. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.